Hello there guys! For today's video, I'm going to show you how to bokeh effect in Photoshop. And this is an introduction for beginners. And also, we will dive deeper into opening your image, duplicating the background layer, applying Gaussian blur, creating a layer mask, selecting the brush tool, painting on the layer mask, adding bokeh lights, and adjusting opacity and blend mode. So let's get started! So first, you just have to open your Photoshop, and now we're already here at the homepage of it, and we're going to our file to open up our image. So go to File, click on that, select Open, and then choose the image that you want to edit. I'm going to make use of this image, and then select OK. For the second step, we're going to duplicate the background layer. So to do that, going onto the Layers panel on the right side of the screen, click on the background, and then right-click on it and select Duplicate Layer. And now this dialog box will appear, and we're going to name this layer as Blur. And then select OK. The next step is we're going to apply the Gaussian blur. So make sure that the blur layer that we just created is selected. So we're going to click on that. And then go to Filter, choose Blur, and then select on Gaussian blur. And now we're going to adjust the radius slider to around 15 to 30%. So I'm good with 25. And once set, select OK. And by the way, if you find this video helpful so far, please consider subscribing to help YouTube algorithm show my videos to other nerds like us. Moving on to the next step, now we're going to create a layer mask. With the blur layer still selected, this one, click on the Add Layer Mask icon at the bottom of the Layers panel. Where was that? It's this one. This is the Add Layer Mask. So you just have to click on that. And once we click that, make sure that the layer mask is selected and a white box will appear around it. Now moving on to the next step, we're going to select the tool brush. With the thumbnail mask that we just created under blur layer, click on that. And then I'm going to the toolbar. I'm going to choose on the brush tool. So this is the brush tool. Or for the shortcut key, you just have to press B. And now we're going to set the foreground color to black. So going down here, now you are going to see here, these are the foreground color. So which one on top is the color that we're making use of. All right, so we're going to set it to black. So we're going to click on that. Now we're going up here, click on this one because we're going to choose a soft round brush. Okay, so I'm going to drag this one here. Okay, yeah, this one is fine. Okay, it's a soft round brush. Okay, and for the hardness, set it to 0%. Okay, and the next step here is we're going to paint on the layer mask. So with the layer mask selected, start painting over the areas you want to remain sharp. Okay, so for example, on our subject. So I'm going to click and paint on our subject, just like this. For the edges, if you want to decrease the size of your brush, for the shortcut key, you just can press the open bracket key to decrease the size. And to increase the size, press the close bracket key. So for now, I'm going to decrease the size first for us to paint on the edges of our subject. After this, the next step we're going to do here is we're going to add the bokeh lights. So going onto the layers panel again, let's go to the bottom. Now select on this. This is a create layer icon. Click on that. So once I click that, we already have a new layer on top of our blur layer. And now let's rename this one as bokeh lights. So you just have to double click on it and then write bokeh. All right. Now with the bokeh light selected, we're going to select on the brush tool once again. So go into the toolbar, click on this brush tool or B for the shortcut key. And then I'm going to set the brush options, click on that, to soft round brush as well. Okay. And for the color, So we're gonna make use of a different colors here for the bokeh effect. So for example, so first I'm going to choose white, and I'm going to paint on the areas with the white lights on the background. Okay, so for example, I'm going to increase the size first by pressing close bracket key, and then paint on this part because this is color white. Click on that. Also on here, click on that. Also there. Also there. All right, and I'm going to change the color. For example, now let's get a color red here. Click on this. You can also get a sample from this area, for example, like that. And then select OK, and then let's paint it. All right, so once you're done putting those bokeh lights, to make the bokeh lights blend better with your image, now we're going to adjust the opacity. Okay, so with this bokeh lights layer, we're going to decrease the opacity to around 70%. Okay, and the next step here is we're going to change the blend mode of this layer. So to do that, just click on this. This is for the changing of blend modes. Click on the arrow down. Click on that, and there are different kinds of blending mode that we can choose on for now. But for this, we're going to make use of the screen, or you can also use overlay for that. Okay, so I'm going to choose overlay. Okay, now I'm going to hide this bokeh light, so look at the differences. Okay, there you go. And there you have it. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the before and after. So this one is the before, and this is the after. And that is how to bokeh effect in Photoshop for beginners.